TransByDef, Jenna here. I hope all is well. Long time no see. Pardon my garb. I just got done working out. Sailing season's coming, catamaran sailing season, and I'm excited now that the weather's changing and we're about to get outside in the warmth again. So I'm trying to get all fit and ready to go because it's very physical. Couple topics today. I know that we are looking for some new hosts. Please contact Kathy with a video if you would like to try out as a host. If you have any questions, feel free to message me and I will gladly get back to you. I'm checking in on this topic of relationships and transitioning, and I always have strong feelings, but I do have some strong feelings on this topic, and I think when it comes to being trans and relationships, they too go through a transitional period, so to speak, and some of those relationships do survive and some don't. And if you are seriously considering transition, all your relationships should be kind of put on hold on the side until you get through this very, as Kathy would say, that dark period. We were talking earlier, the dark period of transition, and I myself like to call it the really bright, so bright that you can't see period of transition, and it's all good stuff, but it's difficult and it's stressful, and you really need to have your focus in place and solidly mounted before you proceed to transition. I kind of put all my relationships aside, even including my family ones. I didn't want to deal with my mom and dad because that would just make more problems to deal with in an already stressful situation. I had children, and like many of us, I had a spouse that didn't approve of where I was going with all this, and I had a job and all those relationships, and I'm a volunteer firefighter, and I had all those relationships to deal with, and I was in college. So it was really, really a lot on my table. One of the things that I will share with you if you are getting ready to come out and transition is that regardless of how far you're going in your transition, try not to get into a new relationship until you get to the far side of whatever that transition is going to be, whether it's hormonal, not hormonal, whether it's surgical, outcome at the end, whatever you're going to do that you're comfortable with, try to avoid being into new personal relationships. And I'm talking of the intimate sexual type of relationships. Getting involved with somebody on an intimate level more than on a friendship level. Because so much changes and so much is different on the backside. I've told Jane when she went through, Lady Vixen, when she went through all this, I told her when she was here that, she stayed with me. And I told her, I said, when you're done with this, months later, it's still going to continue to change. So try not to get into new relationships because it just puts more fire on something that's already burning bright. So it's just not a good idea to do that. As far as relationships with your family, I have found personally that in time things get better, and and they heal. I lost my children, and I've gotten them all back except for one right now that I think eventually will come back in the fold. I've married twice. Both those relationships have healed at this point, and we go out to dinner, and life is going on. Not that that's the norm, but you know, I'm over 10 years post-op now, and things continue to improve and get better. Relationships do mend, though they will always be different. Not quite what they were, but different. My experience with the being a volunteer firefighter, you know, a woman's worth in a man's world, I should say, not worth, but words in a man's world don't carry the same weight, and really I don't want it anyway. So, you know, let them think that they're in charge and do what I want to do anyway. As far as work relationships, I think if you're stable and you've stayed the course and you haven't been an emotional, crazy person, threatening lawsuits, any of that, I think in time that all improves because people kind of get used to the new you the longer you go on. New relationships will always be different because even if they do know you're trans, they don't have the experience of the old you. So those tend to be, you know, the same. But the relationships I lost, they weren't really loving relationships anyway. And the ones that endured are like forever here in my heart. Those people hold a special place for me. And I'm just a content, happy person, and I think people see that and can relate to that. And you know, if you're positive and things are upbeat, I think that people will slowly get drawn along with you until they, you know, till they make it. If they do, whatever level that's going to be, where they find their comfort. To think that you're going to have a relationship of the intimate variety that is going to be where you're going to be on the same playing field as a cisgendered woman is tough. Now you're competing with a handicap, and I'm not saying being trans is a handicap, but you're competing in a world where we're different, we will be different, and those people have been raised as genetic male or females, depending whether you're, you know, a trans man or woman, and you're going to compete at a different level with those people. Relationships and tell or not tell, that's a whole nother, you know, ball of wax to a topic that you could spend a lot of time on. But as far as relationships today, mine are good and they're strong. Because I think I'm a happier person than I was. I don't need to surround myself with a lot of people anymore. I'm content with who I am, and I have my intimate transgender friend relationships with Jane, you know, Lady Vixen and I. She's my adopted daughter. And we, you know, those relationships where we can talk and discuss and share strength, wisdom, and hope and experiences kind of build a stronger foundation for us. Because no one will really ever know our ride except us. But those that hold you and nurture you and love you are the people that you really, really want to stay close to. You know, my stepfather and I are close today, but my mom still keeps reservations. Well, and I've heard it said in some of the other videos I've watched on this topic from our host, is that I got new family, and you know, and that along with my previous existing family, for those that made the journey with me or continue to make the journey, because they are. I have a sister that's finally starting to see the light. That, you know, those new people stepped up and were there for me when I needed that, and those are the relationships that are from the heart and close to me that I will always treasure and hold dear. So I don't want to go, I'm starting to ramble a little bit, imagine that. But I just wanted to step in. If you're interested, do please contact Kathy. And if you can't get hold of Kathy, you can contact me. And we will try to get you started. And I am sorry that I haven't been around as much as I should be. But I'm going to, try, even if I don't make every week, I'm going to try to get back into the loop with this because it's important to me. And I think it's important that we share our experience with others so that their transition in our place is a little bit different. So I look forward to hearing what anybody else has to say and those videos for those that want to join us. Take care, peace, have a great day. The sun's out and I gotta go take a shower because I'm stinky. Bye.